Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. We're going to be discussing the PlayStation 4 version of Diablo 3 versus the PC. Check out the article if you want a full 60 frames per second high quality download of the video. It's a shorter video, but it will give you a great idea of how the two games run side by side. We've also got some screenshots and other bits and pieces and a technical explanation of the graphical settings of the PC version. So, Diablo on the PlayStation 4 runs at native 1080p, so you can imagine it looks pretty damn good in my personal opinion. Anti-aliasing is present. It seems to be a post-process AA. For the most part, it does a fairly good job, but you will notice a little bit of softness on some of the edges of objects, and occasionally the process isn't 100%, it will actually miss the odd edge. This isn't so bad, I have to say, as The Last of Us on the PlayStation 4, which I will be totally and utterly blunt, was quite bad in some areas with its post-processing. There will be a frame rate comparison coming very soon, as well as an Xbox One comparison, but we've been tweaking our tools here at RGT. I can tell you, however, that the frame rate for the most part is pretty consistent. We're going to be running some tests, however, in multiplayer, because I'm really curious to see how the two characters handle. But for the most part, single player wise, 60 FPS, unless you're doing saving or it's streaming some texture data. I've noticed occasionally it starts to dip, but as I said, we'll be delving into that more soon. I just wanted to touch upon it on this video. For the most part, the PlayStation 4 version holds up very well against the PC, despite the fact that obviously the PC version isn't particularly super duper taxing, and there are definitely benefits to the PC version, primarily the fact that the PC version has a better field of view. The PS4 version can feel somewhat claustrophobic because it's definitely more zoomed in. I have a feeling there's a couple of reasons behind this. One, because, well, if you're going to play on a larger TV, maybe sat on your couch, they probably figure you want to be a bit closer to the action. The second reason is it definitely helps the performance. Typically, you're going to see a close FOV if you're, for example, playing an FPS. A FOV of, say, 65 to 75 is very typical on consoles with a FPS. However, generally speaking, PC gamers are more used to kind of a wider FOV. For the most part, the PC version at higher settings is very comparable to the PlayStation 4. The only difference, and in this video you're going to see the PC version running with AA enabled in the menu of the game. However, for the best quality settings, you would actually enable it on your GPU's graphics menu instead. And you can definitely see extra fidelity if you would, for example, enable MSAA ×4. However, I've not done so for the sake of fairness on this particular video. You could also utilize, should you so desire, for example, NVIDIA's downsampling, which would also, once again, improve the graphical fidelity. However, in my personal opinion, since most people aren't going to be doing, say, downsampling, and I mean the average user, I figured I would go for kind of the happy medium, which is just basically cranking the settings up to the highest in-game. Particle effects, shadows, textures are all very interchangeable between all the three versions, and the PS4 and the Xbox One and the PC. Definitely, there are slight subtle differences, but for the most part you can't really tell the difference. You're going to be finding that the experiences are pretty much nigh identical. There is a little bit of difference in terms of lighting. I have noticed the PS4 version does occasionally appear either a little lighter or a little darker. However, some of that is just down to the way drivers interpret things and isn't particularly a big deal. In fact, you'll actually notice this between, say, an ATI card, or should I say AMD card, and an NVIDIA card at times. So if you're concerned with how the game is going to run on the PS4, there's absolutely no need to worry. It plays very well, and I have to say, graphically, it is pretty much identical to the PC, aside from the weaker FOV and the inferior anti-aliasing, and the occasional slowdown. So yes, the PC version does look a little better, but it's not the usual large gap that a PC and a PS4 would normally have. As a note about the gameplay, I have to say I've been playing the PS4 version quite substantially over the last few days, as you guys probably know if you've been watching my Let's Play, and I've also been playing some co-op, and it's amazingly fun. I would actually recommend that if you are considering picking it up on the PS4 for co-op reasons, it really is worth it. Local play is an absolute blast. I have to say that I don't feel the PS4 or the PC version is better. This is one of those times where I honestly feel it's split right down the middle and it's down to your personal preference. Controls wise, I do still prefer the PC and the graphics are still nicer, but the local co-op is extremely fun and I wish they would implement it on the PC version. Anyway guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Once again, check out the article which is linked in the video description if you want that 60 FPS download of the video and you want screenshots and more an in-depth text explanation. But hopefully you've given the video a thumbs up and a like and a comment, and a share would be definitely appreciated. But I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye for now.